think he could take over the world. Today, he's going to show us how. Here is evil, I did not write this, global mastermind, Ricardo.
All right. Can everyone see that? Great. Fellow globalists and elitists, welcome. Good morning. For today, I'm going to show you my secrets on how to take over the world. Really, you only need one thing. You need an absurd amount of money. And I mean an absurd amount of money. So you can create mass media outlets, create banks, and create a massive influence to bribe those to control. Now, I know everyone here wants to have a big society and subjects to control, so today I'm going to show you how. Basically, what you need to know is how to manage people. Taking over the world is all about people. Knowing people and how to manage them. And making sure that they don't know what you are trying to do. So how do you keep them happy and unaware? Well, it's my first trick. Ignorance is bliss. In your society, you must make it so that your subjects are completely ignorant of what's going on in society. So how do you do this while keeping them a little happy and blissful? Well, first you can entertain their mind with dumb things and simple-minded shows and entertainment. It's important to distract the mind from what's really going on. So you want to just distract them as much as you can with all of this useless information so that they don't know what's going on, really. Now, some of your subjects might actually be interested in what's going on. They might be asking, hey, what's going on with my leaders today? Well, what you can do is you can create a mass media outlet, such as a news corporation, and you can feed them the information they should know. For example, create a nice little news show and make them watch it, and so that they know what they are receiving, and you know what they know. To keep them nice and controlled, like we all wanted to. Now, what about those kids who go to college? They're critical thinkers. What do we do about them? I understand, I totally get it. Well, we need to do something very easy. We need to limit the amount of people going into these universities. Because with more university students is more critical thinkers. And more critical thinkers will be more people asking questions about your agendas. And we don't want that. We don't want people asking questions. That's the enemy. So what do? We raise tuition. We raise tuition so we limit the amount of university students. And if they actually get in, we burden them with student debts so that they'll be enslaved forever. Now, what do you do with the kids who actually go out and start protesting and revolting? I know that's scary, and I know you're probably worrying about that as global elitists. Well, it's pretty easy. We use your media outlets to mark them as bad people. Call them hippies and people who need to get jobs and crazy people. They don't know what they're talking about. No, not at all. You have to put that message out in your own media so that the rest of your subjects can see them as so. Because really, they don't know what they're talking about. They're just kids, of course. Now, if that doesn't work, you're going to have to use a little brute force, and that's okay. As global elitists, that's what you have to do sometimes. So, what do? You bring in the police. Whether it be government or private, that's okay. Either one works and does the job. Bring the police in and have them clear out the streets. Have them take away all that savageness from the streets so that nobody will be asking questions. And of course, you can use this in any situation. Whether it be a bunch of kids or a bunch of employees of a major retail chain, whatever it is, just make them clear away with your big bad police. It always works. Now, what about those people who know a lot? What about the people who actually know something? They can be a threat. So what do? Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to find those people. And you're going to target them. You're going to have to make them enemies. But they don't say it in a word. Because the key is to make them ignorant and unaware of what's going on of your own personal agenda. And remember, we're trying to take over the world. It's our goal. And they can't know this. So let's make them ignorant and yet blissful. Now, the second thing is to divide and conquer. Okay, it's very hard to control society that's all grouped together fighting as one power. Now, if your subjects one day realize that they are all unanimous and they realize that together they are a mass superpower that is pretty much unstoppable, that would be really bad. And I know it's your biggest fear. I know. You're probably thinking, oh man, my subject's gonna take over one day. Don't worry, it's pretty easy. Just divide them up. No. Realize that together, they are powerless. Divide them up. Expose their differences. Use your media outlets to say, hey, look what's different about this person and that person and this person and that person. Look how different they think and what they believe and how they think. Expose those differences. Expose those differences in your media outlets so that they know what's going on. So that they can fight each other and then they do the work for you. Because a society that's divided is actually pretty easy to manage. And they tend to do the work for you. And even worse, they actually start to fight. They buy weapons, so he makes a profit out of it, which is nice. Now, third rule, that is the sword. That is your sword. It is the mass sword that you're gonna slay and take over the world. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is fill the void that everyone has. And then, tell them what they need. Show them all the things that they need, and then have them buy it with credit cards. Make them in debt. And then they'll be forever enslaved by your credit card system with so much debt. And you can do this for practically any of your subjects. It's pretty easy. Now, if you want to go a step further, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is create a central bank, right? Give that bank the power to print money, and then you make one guy control it, and then now you have a huge bank loaning out money to the government, making the government pay interest, and then making the subjects pay tax on that interest. It's pretty great. It makes everyone enslaved. It's great, and it's a great tool to make everyone controlled and orderly. Now the fourth rule is scare them into submission. What you have to do is you have to create some circumstance, some idea that makes everyone scared, right? So what is it? What can you do? Make something that makes everyone totally frightened so that they run to you and they accept ideas of security and order. And then pass all this legislation so that they feel, oh, it's okay, yeah, that's fine. Sure, that's fine, it's totally clear. While you're beefing up your own security and order, because they think it's security, but it's actually not, it's actually order and control. So it's important to realize that once you have a secure and unaware society that is calm, controlled, it is very easy to manage, and you will be peaceful, happy rulers. Thank you very much.